Now, while in Boeing homes, Shawty Lo admitted in a numerous of interviews that he became one of the biggest drug dealers in Atlanta, particularly in the Bankhead area of Zone 1.
And I give the respect, may he rest in peace. And I want y'all to try to tell me what rapper from Atlanta do you think really lived the street life and rapped about it from Atlanta? Shawty Lo.
Shawty. Oh,
I don't like to brag on my old life, you know what I'm saying? But I was a large drug dealer in the streets. Cause you know, I came from nothing. My mama was on drugs, my dad was elsewhere. So it was, that was what I had to do to get my money, to get my food, you know what I'm saying? To feed my guys who be with me. Oh, is that Clifford? That's Clifford, that's man Clifford. You got all kind of Migos and Colombians. My stud went to jail. You got all kind of folks now. Only way out the feds, man, is you what? Talk.
Considering everything you're going through,
yeah.
Well, you have a new artist like Shawty Lo, who's causing friction with you. He's obviously calling you out. You know, he's obviously challenging the throne.
Yeah,
you know, which in my opinion is
if you could call it that.
Well, you know, it's not much different from what you probably would have did coming into the game, if you think about it.
Nah. Well, so I'm still standing, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Prime.
What's up, Mr. Johnny Giddy?
What's up, baby?
Johnny Giddy, oh!
Yeah.
Put this on me, man.
I put on these people out here, they don't see them, man.
Yeah, let's get it. Silver Street, boy home, me and my home.
Hello, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't even carry no 20s, no 1s, no 5s. You keep count, baby.
If you find a 20 or 10 or 1 in there, you can have it.
It's yours, baby.
It's yours.
You wanna waste my tape count and all that
Yeah, man. Bring your top hat, man.
Reports said it was an accident that happened on 285 while Shawty Lo was driving his white Audi when the car went over a guardrail, hit 2 trees, and eventually made the car burst in flames. Shawty Lo was driving the car at the time and was ejected from the car and pronounced gone at the scene.
Shawty Lo's father just passed away last week. A photo taken, one of the last at that funeral. And when I talked to the girls, I tell you they had tears in their eyes, but smiles on their faces as they talked about their father's legacy as a rapper in Atlanta.
Okay.
Shawty Lo, man.
My brother.
When he passed, how the hell did that impact you?
Right there. It's impact me to the day. I be getting mad, cussing that out. Now, like, why you driving? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Carlos Rico Walker was born March 22nd, 1976 in Atlanta's Grady Hospital, with Carl Lee Walker and Josie Usher as his parents. Inside the household, Carlos had 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Now, throughout interviews, Shawty Lo admitted that he was raised by his grandmother. In the Boeing Homes projects, that area is in the area of Bankhead in Atlanta, Georgia. Lo explained that he was under his grandmother's supervision because his mother was fighting a drug addiction. Grandmother did pass from cancer when Shawty Lo was only 17 years old. After his grandmother's transition, Shawty Lo started to hit the streets and make a name for himself, particularly in the Boeing Homes projects.
I said Born Home, like it's like Born Home. It's an artist itself. This is the part, man, when I was born and raised. See right here, I'm gonna pull up and let you see it. It was my home. My grandma died right here. I seen her towed out of there. She died of cancer. Coming up, my mother was on drugs, and it was my daddy, he was elsewhere, and my grandmother raised me. And you know, and that's all I seen, and that's all I knew.
Boeing Homes was a part of a low-rent housing program located at Yates Drive, Northwest, and Wilkes Circle. Completed March 10th, 1964, it was located in District 9, had 650 units, and it was situated on a 53.9-acre property bounded by Bankhead Highway on the north and the Field Road on the east. Boeing Homes provided homes for approximately 4,000 people. They were displaced primarily from the old Buttermilk Bottoms area and the other areas surrounding of the Atlantic Civic Center. Boeing Homes was named for the Bishop J.W.E. Boeing, well-known religious and civic leader. The streets within the project were also named for other predominant religious and business leaders such as Wilkes Circle, Yates Drive, Chivers Street, and Walden Street. Boeing Homes held regular community meetings, had many clubs and organizations throughout the years, including a senior citizens club organized in 1964. They also had a daycare center opened in 1965, a small and juniors boys softball league, and the Bowenettes, a girls' teen group, active in intellectual, social, and religious beliefs, which met weekly at the community center. A.D. Williams Elementary School, a blue and white 8,600 square foot school named after Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.'s grandfather, and the Frederick Douglass High School were the schools which served the children of Boeing Homes. Boeing Homes was a diverse community and had many musicians and famous people to come from the Boeing Homes, including D4L's Shawty Lo, Shop Boys, MDC, YDC. Boeing Homes also shares its history of bad things happening. On October 13, 1980, 4 preschool children and a teacher passed away at the Gate City Boeing Homes daycare in an alleged gas fire. At the time of the blast, the daycare was occupied by 8 adults, 82 children, and a 52-year-old teacher, Neil Robinson, and 4 3-year-old children. Kevin Simpson, Andre Stanford, Ronald Brown, and Terrence Brownlee lost their lives and 7 others were injured. Now, allegations were also made that this incident went down because of a group that didn't like these particular people. The threat was called at the A.D. Williams Elementary School that very same day, which was directly across the street. Now, Reverend Joseph Laurie, the head of SCLC, asserted that there is an organization that doesn't like black people across the country. We are tired of our children passing away. Many refused to accept that the incident at the daycare had resulted from a faulty boiler, and some people believe that it was orchestrated to pacify a city on the edge of a turbulent period of violence. This situation came just 24 hours after J.B. Stoner, and this guy had a reputation for doing stuff to black people and targeting black people since the 1950s. The heightened the belief of this situation of the Gate City Boeing Homes, which was no accident. So they're saying that it was no accident. In addition to being a target, Boeing Homes is one of the largest public housing communities in Atlanta. Also became notorious as a target for drugs and crime. Boeing Homes was demolished in 2009.
Is supposed to be to provide affordable, decent housing for poor people. So they just tossed them out like garbage, in my opinion, in a rightful way, to help people be in with a roof over their head, lights and gas, running water, and all the rest. And I'm for that. That's where public money should get spent. Now, this idea is to take the public money. Now, this is going to be sold to a private developer who's going to put market rate housing on here and make money. Then our public money is going to be used for vouchers.
Now, while in Boeing Homes, Shawty Lo admitted in a numerous of interviews that he became one of the biggest drug dealers in Atlanta, particularly in the Bankhead area of Zone 1.
And I give the respect, may he rest in peace. And I want y'all to try to tell me what rapper from Atlanta do you think really lived the street life and rapped about it from Atlanta? Shawty Lo.
Shawty. Damn low.
I don't like to brag on my old life, you know what I'm saying? But I was a large drug dealer in the streets. Cause you know, I came from nothing. My mom was on drugs, my dad was there as well. So that was what I had to do to get my money, to get my food, you know what I'm saying, to feed my guys who be with me.
While in the streets, Shawty Lo was arrested 28 times. This is all before even getting to the rap industry. Lo was convicted 4 times and faced 40 years of prison. In the year of 2003, Shawty Lo created a rap group called D4L, also known as Down for Life. The group consisted of Fabo, Money B, and Stoney. With Shawty Lo backing the group financially, Lo launched the independent record label D4L Records. Now, while in prison sitting, Shawty Lo admitted that he did not like the lyrics for that song Laffy Taffy.
I ain't beat nail case, I ain't beat the aggravated assault, I ain't beat the aggravated on a police officer, I ain't even beat the traffic cocaine case. Like, so I was in jail like 3-4 months. But some kind of way, you know what I'm saying, I got to end up getting a year for each case. And I got every case ran concurrent.
Man, the damn go like this right here.
I called home one day, they said they had did another song called Laffy Taffy. I was like, let me hear it, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me hear it, I listened to it on the phone. I'm like, man, nah, that ain't hit me. I ain't tell them that it wasn't it, but I was like, man, that ain't it. I couldn't believe that, so I finally do get out, so I went to a club called Vegas Night. Me, Fabo, Stunt, Moot. We went to Vegas Night, we was up in VIP where you could look down at the crowd and stuff. And the song came on. The song came on and the crowd just went bananas, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even believe this shit.
The song eventually was released in 2005. As it reached the top of the Billboard Hot 100, the song became 3 times platinum. The song was actually created in a remix for New Edition's Candy Girl. After Laffy Taffy was released, D4L released the song Bet You Can't Do It Like Me, in which Shawty Lo was actually featured on the song. The song was considered a failed record compared to the success of the first Laffy Taffy hit. It only peaked at 72 out of the Hot Billboard 100. Eventually, the group disbanded in late of 2006. The next year, Shawty Lo released his own single, They Know, which charted on the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The song had a huge success, peaking at number 3 on the Hot Rap Songs. The song actually had a remix as well, which had features from all Southern artists, including Ludacris, Young Jeezy, Plies, and Lil Wayne. It was called the Dirty South Remix. Now, on February 26, 2008, Shawty Lo released his debut solo album, which was called Eunice in the City. The album peaked at number 14 on the Billboard's Top 200 chart and number 2 on the Rap Albums chart. The album sold over 160,000 copies. Now, in the release of this album, Lo also released 2 street singles, Dun Dun and the remix to the song Foolish. Shawty Lo was buzzing in the music industry as well as the Atlanta streets. Now, with the music success, usually comes drama from the hometown. Usually friends turn sour or people from the city questioning your background. In that same year in 2008, at the height of his career, he and T.I. had one of the most noticeable beefs in music. According to Shawty Lo, he says that T.I. was repping an area in Atlanta that he was not from. Being that T.I. was from the south side of Atlanta, which was about 30 miles south of the city. While in his music, T.I. repped Bankhead as his home, the same area as Shawty Lo. Now, being that T.I. had an earlier start in his music career, fans outside of Atlanta had no clue who Shawty Lo was at the time, and we only knew T.I. For T.I.'s debut album, I'm Serious, back in 2001, he filmed his first single, which was called I'm Serious, in the city of Atlanta. Now, according to Shawty Lo, T.I.'s team reached out to Shawty Lo personally and even put him in the music video in exchange for them to use Shawty Lo's cars in the video.
About there must be 2 sides.
Well, you know, if he from Bankhead, if I ain't from Bankhead, it must be 2 sides. You heard in his interview the other day, he said he don't know Shawty Lo. He said, he said he know my artists. He said he know Mook B and Lamar.
Right.
If you don't know Shawty Lo, you are not from Bankhead.
Right.
Can't be. You say you don't know Shawty Lo? Who the say right on the picture with Shawty Lo?
That's T.I.
Is that Clifford? That's Clifford. That's man Clifford. T.I. We know who he was. Like the dude came like, if you get the video, the first video, I'm Serious with Beanie Man, they came to me and said some new rapper want to use my car. So I brought my truck, my Denali, and one of my other cars up there to put the video. If you get the video, you can see me and T.I. walk past each other doing like this here. In the video, that's my black Denali truck on 24s in the video. That back in like 2001.
You fast forward a few years, and this is when Shawty Lo started to make music in the streets. Now, he reached out to T.I. for a feature in which T.I. denied the request. T.I. is at the top of the world, and Shawty Lo was just getting his feet wet with the music industry. Now, that denial would set off the whole beef in the Atlanta area. Instead of Shawty Lo taking it to the streets and it turning violent or dangerous, the street dude turned rapper tried to expose T.I.'s background and his street report card. A year before the beef between Shawty Lo and T.I. was arrested hours before his performance at the BET Awards. T.I. was arrested in a shopping plaza blocks away from the venue trying to buy weapons, in which T.I. purchased those weapons unregistered, and it was illegal because he was a convicted felon in the state of Georgia while purchasing weapons from a member of the law enforcement. Not only that, they found other weapons during a search of his College Park mansion. T.I. was facing 10 years in prison and $250,000 for each weapons charge that was against him. Eventually, T.I. was given a year and a day for that offense.
You understand what I'm saying? Let me get to you right here, right quick, man. Mike Vick ain't never been lost a day in his life. Never, not one day in his life. And that man got time for some dog fight. Ticket caught all kind of convicted felons. American service, go serve a year later on. You can't buy your way out of the Fed. I ain't never seen nobody. You got billionaires in the Fed. You got all kind of Migos and Colombians. My steward went to jail. You got all kind of folks now. Only way out the Feds, man, is you what? Talk.
Considering everything you're going through,
yeah.
When you have a new artist like Shawty Lo, who's causing friction with you, he's obviously calling you out. You know, he's obviously challenging the throne.
Yeah, I hear
you know, which in my opinion isn't
if
much.
You could call it that.
Well, you know, it's not much different from what you probably would have did coming into the game, if you think about it.
Nah, I mean, I never looked to gain acknowledgement or recognition by mentioning anyone else's name. If it was an issue with me and another person, it was an issue with me and another person. It wasn't a publicity stunt or a marketing tool. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's not even, man, that's nowhere near my train of thought right now. Really? You know what I'm saying? I mean, back when that was my train of thought, we didn't have these problems. But since, you know, it's well known that that ain't what I'm on right now, then, I mean, you know, it's easy to make those comments and take that approach, you know, but...
You see it as competition? You don't take it personally.
I'm sorry. Copper who? Man, that was funny.
Okay.
Nah, man. I mean, I see it as, man, it's a cry for attention, dog. It's a cry for attention. But I mean, dog, I mean, at the end of the day, man, units in the city, in stores right now, go get it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what that for. So maybe now. I'd never been in a position where I felt like, if this person don't mention my name, I will just die.
Okay.
If this person just don't acknowledge me, he's so significant. If he says my name, I'll be straight. I've never put myself in that position. I went for mine and made people say my name.
This is which Shawty Lo brought to attention, saying he's never seen anyone get a year and a day for a federal case in which the authorities had hard evidence, and on top of that, T.I. being simply a convicted felon. Lo insinuated that T.I. snitched to get a shorter amount of time in prison. Shawty Lo didn't stop there. He also accused T.I. of being a person not from where he said he was from, even pulling up yearbook pictures in which the rapper T.I. was attending a school in the outskirts of Atlanta. Shawty Lo basically said T.I. was not from the Boeing Homes, or Bankhead to be exact.
Tip, guess what, baby? We got the picture now. What you got to say now? How you gonna respond, baby? We got the picture, Riverdale High School, baby. I'm from Bankhead. Riverdale's on the south side, about 30 miles from Atlanta, man. Where you from, baby? You from Bankhead? You know what I'm saying? We got the picture. Or you from Clayton County? Where you from, baby? See, what we gonna do since we found the picture? We ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna relax. We're gonna see what the fans say, you know what I'm saying? I told you, I ain't no hater, man. You know, T.I. is a good rapper. I was a fan a long time, too, you know what I'm saying? He did what he did. You know he shouldn't have did what he did. You shouldn't have said nobody's name, too. You said my name first, baby. It's all on the internet, baby. So, you know, you made your bed, now you finna lie in it. Everybody don't like you. Got some folks gonna like you, some folks don't like you. So, you know, so I had folks, all kind of folks calling in to my assistant. They sent the picture in. Like he got a goddamn toupee on his head, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We went to Riverdale High School, man. Shouts out to Riverdale, man. Ain't nothing against the south side, man. You know, you just worked out heavyweight champion of Bankhead. And claim the side he ain't way from, man. You know what I'm saying? I represent the west side, Bankhead. That's where I'm from, man. That walk. Song still standing, you know what I'm saying? Recipe prime.
What's up, Mr. Johnny Guinea?
What's up, baby?
Johnny Guinea, oh!
Yeah. I put on these people out here, they don't see them, man.
Hello, yeah, let's get it. Sugar Street, boy home, me and my homies.
Hold on, I'ma just break it down to you,
We
man.
gon' flex.
Come through here, don't know nobody, man. Ain't got a bankroll, man. You know what I
Bound to
mean?
get it too. Straight up.
Yeah, we got some little young goons around here, man.
Hello, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even carry no 20s, no 1s, no 5s. You keep count, baby.
If you find a 20 or 10 or 1 in there, you can have it.
It's yours, baby.
It's yours.
You wanna waste my tape count all that?
Yeah, man. Bring your top hat, man.
They saying they
Yeah. All 100.
big head.
Big head.
Being that T.I. just released his album, he decided to film a music video in Boeing homes and shut down the area for a day to film the scenes. He filmed the song What's Happening. Now, not only did T.I. bring out the locals, T.I. did it in a way that Lo had to respect. He filmed in his projects, rode bikes around kids in the area doing Shawty Lo's signature dance. Now, the people in Atlanta knew about the diss and paid attention to the beef, while people on the outside of Atlanta just happened to like the T.I. song because of the lyrics and T.I.'s charisma in the music video. Shawty Lo released a response entitled Don't I? This was filmed in T.I.'s alleged stomping grounds in the area of Bankhead. He even filmed a scene in front of Bankhead's club, which was called Club Crucial. T.I. owned that club at the time of the filming. Shawty Lo even threw a shot at T.I.'s wife in the lyrics. Now, this video and song didn't get as much attention as T.I.'s What's Happening song. Shawty Lo's song only got 600,000 views as of today. Now, the two came in contact with each other at the end of 2008, in which it was supposed to be one of T.I.'s last performances in Atlanta before turning himself into federal prison. During this concert, a fight broke out between the two entourages.
Custom Webs TV, baby.
Let's tell the right story, man. Let's tell the right story. Let's get a real photo op. Let's get both of y'all, man. A good story. Let's tell a good story.
Peace is the story. Peace. Excuse me.
Y'all hang tight. Peace is the story.
Once again, man, thank everybody, man, for all the support, man, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, you know. I would have never thought at the beginning of the year that I'd be having the best year of my career, you know what I'm saying? I gotta thank all y'all for that, bro, like real talk, man, 100. Now, it's almost the end of the night, you dig, but I don't think we need to get up out of here, man, before we do one of the hottest songs in the city, you understand that? So, homeboy, could we go crank this thing up like we told to?
In retrospect, during an interview last year in 2023, Tip explained his side of the story. He said that Shawty Lo was indeed a big drug dealer in the hood, in which T.I. was still in the game as a youngster, in which he tried to get some drugs from Shawty Lo. Ultimately, Shawty Lo brushed off the young T.I. and kept it moving. Now, in return, when T.I. was popping in the music industry, Shawty Lo came to T.I. for a feature, and T.I. brushed him off and returned the same energy.
Oh, he was up. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, you know, he looked back and he say, what you doing? I say, man, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like 200, baby, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And hit me just like this. Get your weight up. Roll the dice, kept the game going. You see what I'm saying?
Just like low.
You see what I'm saying? And I turned around, got back on my bike, and got the fuck on. I ain't never say nothing there. I ain't raised no hell. You know what I mean? And when I found out that was him, I was like, oh, get your weight up.
Yeah.
Shit.
It came back in the Reebok.
I mean, but you know, I didn't intentionally do it. Yeah. At first, I did it because I didn't like the song.
So, and you just
then
said,
when I found out that was Carlo, I stood on it.
Now, March 9th, 2009, Shawty Lo released a song called Roll the Dice. The song is known for making an end between the feud of him and Tip. June 10th, 2011, during an interview, it was confirmed that both Shawty Lo and All Hip Hop had signed a new record label deal with G-Unit Records. After it was reported in talks, Shawty Lo came out and spoke directly. He says, "My new situation with G-Unit was just solidified and I just got off the phone with 50 yesterday. I just signed a really large deal as well as a new beginning and I needed someone like him behind me. 50 Cent is a marketing genius and I got my new thing D4L in G-Unit and we're going to work the South and the rest of the world if need be." It was later clarified that Shawty Lo had not signed as an artist, but instead he signed his label D4L Records to G-Unit South, a record label that was under the umbrella of G-Unit Records. It was rumored that this deal was over $10 million. Now, aside from the music, Lo tried his hand at television, reality television to be exact. He created a TV show called All My Baby's Mothers, which was planned to be aired on the Oxygen Network. The 1-hour special was set to begin, but was canceled a month before the airing date. The gist of the show was an intimate look at the unconventional families with the larger-than-life personalities. With the announcement, the show got a lot of negative reviews from the critics as well as fans. It was canceled.
The Oxygen Network has just caved under public pressure and canceled the all-new reality special, All My Baby's Mamas, after public outcry turned to outrage. The Oxygen special was to follow the life of rapper Shawty Lo and his 11 kids by 10 women. But the mere concept caused an uproar with a petition that demanded that Oxygen pull the plug. I spoke with the woman behind the petition about the reason for her outrage, and here's what she told me.
But you don't have the right, without criticism from the world, to trot your children, to bring your children along to witness your toxic behaviors. In this particular pilot, you saw the women engage in juvenile female power struggles. You saw them fight for the reward, the emotional reward, the financial support of this one supposed to be father. There was a countdown where he tried to remember the names of his children, and then the blatant message is unprotected is good.
Yeah. Well, Sabrina, obviously very passionate and determined there, and tonight successful in her efforts. And now, for the very first time since Oxygen pulled the plug on All My Baby's Mamas, rapper Shawty Lo is speaking out, joining us tonight from Atlanta for this Showbiz Newsmaker exclusive, and I appreciate you being here.
How you doing, Mr. Hammer?
I'm doing very well, and you heard Sabrina there, Shawty Lo. Do you get why she and so many people so desperately wanted your show booted from the air?
Well, you know, I feel Sabrina, she probably just seen a 13-minute clip. She did not get the show chance to get going and see what's going on. Basically, the show was basically going to be about me showing how I deal with my 11 kids and my 10 baby mothers. And basically, I haven't had a child in 11 years. I've been a rapper, Shawty Lo, since the year 2006. So, you know, I'm in my children's lives, financial, emotional, and physical. But it was not trying to show that about no promoting unprotected, because if I was promoting unprotected, I would have had another child within 11 years.
But let me ask you, was there anything that was to appear in the program that you might have been concerned that your kids were going to see? Because I think that was a big concern of hers. These are kids who are going to be exposed to these different parts of your life, and quite frankly, you were putting them out there for all the world to see.
Well, basically, you know, my life I grew up hard in Atlanta, Georgia. My projects was Bourne's Home Projects off of Bankhead Highway. And, you know, I was raised, my mother was on drugs, my dad was elsewhere, My grandmother raised me. She died from cancer when I was 17. So, you know, I had no father figure. You know, I had no guidance. And I did a lot of stuff in my life that, you know, I wasn't supposed to. And I don't like to brag about my life story, but I can't be like a very large drug dealer in the Atlanta area. And, you know, I was blessed to turn a negative into a positive, but turn my life around. But during that period, I had a lot of kids. And, you know, as I got older, you know what I'm saying, I came to my senses. You know, that was my teen life. But I can't take back what happened, but I'm in my children's life, all of them, 11. And some parents don't take care of one child. I take care of 11 kids.
Well, nearly 40,000 people, as you know, signed this petition saying they didn't want to see your story on TV and All My Baby's Mamas. So what do you say to all of those people tonight?
Basically, you know, it's 40,000 versus it's millions of folks in the world. 40,000, that's a very low number. You know, so we know we got a petition right now, you know, saying for the people to sign to say they want to see the show.
So here's the thing. You know, I think a big fear also was that it was going to glorify the idea of what pretty much everybody I've ever spoken with views as something that was irresponsible, having so many kids with so many women. Do you think that given your situation as a dad of 11 kids with 10 women, you are in a position to send the right message about parental responsibility?
Basically, you know, everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon, mister. And basically, like I said, I came from a very hard upbringing. And I can't take back what happened. This is my life story. This is real reality. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm showing right now.
Were you worried? Were you worried though at all, as some people have voiced, that it was just playing into a stereotype?
No, I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be worried when this is something that's real? This is real life. You know what I'm saying? This is not nothing made up. It's a lot of reality shows on TV right to this day. It's way worse than probably what you finna see come from my reality show. I don't think I feel like the problem of this TV reality show was the name, All My Baby's Mamas. I didn't agree to that. I felt like the TV show should have been named Being 21.
Well,
yep.
If you have success with your petition, I know you're petitioning to get the show on the air, you know, maybe you'll have some say in the title. We're going to leave it there, Shawty Lo, but thank you very much for giving your side tonight. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Now, in 2016, just days before Shawty Lo's untimely passing, Shawty Lo had a lot on his mind. That Saturday before his own passing, he attended the homegoing service for his father. It was revealed by his videographer that Shawty Lo even recorded a music video for his father, Letter to My Father, days before he actually passed himself. So after burying his father, Shawty Lo was gone as well. Now, in the early morning of September 21st, 2016, Shawty Lo passed away after a car crash in Fulton County, Georgia. Lo was only 40 years old. His manager, Johnny Cabell, gave an interview and confirmed the news of Shawty Lo's passing.
We got a person on the phone right now. Actually, Shawty Lo's manager.
Johnny Cabell.
Johnny Cabell. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, man.
Sorry for your loss, man.
Yes, our condolences
bro.
to you, his family, and everybody.
Yeah, I'm right here with the whole D4F family. Moot B, Stunt Man, Lil Mark, and waiting on Faye to come.
What do we know so far?
I had to be around about 4 something, and I just heard, you know, that Lo was ejected from a car, bleeding from the blue flame. You know, he was on Cascade. He got hit off Cascade, and he was ejected from the car. And he
Was he by himself, or did he have somebody with him?
I'm still trying. That's the part I'm trying to figure out. You know, I think somebody was with him, but I just I can't verify who it was just yet.
Yeah, they are saying there are 2 other people in the vehicle that are in the hospital now.
It's just hard because we just buried his father. We just buried his father this past Saturday.
Well, we all know Shawty Lo for also being a great father to his own children too.
Exactly, he was definitely there for his kids, and you know that's why I just needed support and the prayers from everybody. So you know, because he was definitely a father to his kids, and you know, Lo, he was just real. He was just real all the way around the board. Anything anybody asked him to do, we always showed support. He was always there. You know, this one hard right here. This one hard right here.
Sorry for your loss, Johnny, man. Salute to the whole Bankhead, Bowen Holmes, D4L.
Yeah, y'all just keep us in y'all prayers, man. Just pray for his mom and pray for his family.
And Johnny, please keep us updated when you have information on any type of memorials, services, anything where people can donate, whatever it is that has to be done.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right, bro.
Reports said it was an accident that happened on 285 while Shawty Lo was driving his white Audi when the car went over a guardrail, hit 2 trees, and eventually made the car burst in flames. Shawty Lo was driving the car at the time and was ejected from the car and pronounced gone at the scene. Rumor has it that Shawty Lo was in company of 2 other females in which they were taken to the hospital for non-threatening injuries. Passengers in the car with Shawty Lo, they apparently begged him to slow down before the deadly crash. The Fulton County Medical Examiner said that the 2 women identified as Deshandra and Destiny told investigators they were pleading with Shawty Lo to slow down, but he would not. Now, the 2 females stated that Shawty Lo exited the Cascade Road exit ramp and somehow went behind a guardrail onto the grass and then into the embankment. The report reads that the descendant lost control of the vehicle and hit the grass and began to fishtail before flipping over, crashing, and catching fire. It appears that some of the vehicle's content burned in the fire and some of the content came out of the vehicle as it spread around the general area. Walker, who was 40 years old, was pronounced at the scene. The medical examiner's report says that he was not wearing a seatbelt in his 2016 Audi. He was survived by 11 children. Now, the passengers in the car he crashed with were not seriously injured. The report lists a blunt force injuries to the head, as well as the toxicology reports is that Walker's body smelled of alcohol. A prescription bottle containing medications that had Percocet and Vicodin was found on Shawty Lo's body as well. It was also reported that the passengers took money from his pockets with permission. It was reported that Shawty Lo had a large sum of money on him, and the police officers on the scene allowed the 2 females to take the money off of Shawty Lo. Additionally, various small amounts of U.S. currency, such as $5 and $1 bills, were spread about the general area.
Now let's just go back to what happened. It was around 2 o'clock this morning, just after 2 o'clock this morning. Fulton County Police tell us Carlos Walker crashed his white Audi around 285 near Cascade Road area after leaving a nightclub with 2 friends. Now Fulton County Police say the Audi swerved off the road, struck a tree, overturned, and then caught on fire. Now the 2 women inside that car were able to get out, were taken to Grady Memorial with life-threatening injuries. Sadly, though, the 40-year-old father of 11 sons and daughters was pronounced on the scene. Now, we spoke to 4 of his daughters this morning. They shared a photo taken just this weekend, sadly, at the funeral for Mr. Walker. Shawty Lo's father just passed away last week. A photo taken, one of the last at that funeral. And when I talked to the girls, I tell you they had tears in their eyes, but smiles on their faces as they talked about their father's legacy as a rapper in Atlanta. What do you want people to remember about your father?
That he was a happy person. He helped so many people. That he loved his kids. He loved his family. He loved Bankhead, Bowen Holmes.
He always taught us to never quit on our dreams. Always to go forward. Always to make sure you go to school. Make sure you go to college. Make sure you go forward with anything you want to achieve in life.
Now, Shawty Lo himself was on Instagram minutes before passing away. He was at the Blue Flame Strip Club, enjoying his last hours alive. Now, once the news came out that he actually passed, celebrities felt it. Celebrities went to their page and they showed their condolences. Gucci went to his page. He says, "Damn it, man. R.I.P. Shawty Lo." Future also says, "Legends never die. Shawty Lo forever." T.I. himself went to his Instagram page and he said this. He says, "Damn, I just woke up to the BS news. RIP to a true West Side Atlanta legend. Truly represented Bankhead to the fullest. My heart goes out to his family and his children as well. Even through our tough times, I must admit I was impressed and kind of proud how well he repped our hood and how much you cared for it. It was a real great relief to have someone else helping lift Bankhead up and hold it there. Can't say enough about how much you meant to the city. Glad we matured beyond our trivial personal differences and time enough for us to have a laugh about it as neighbors. But those of us who were around and in the mix in the mid-late 90s, we know the legend of Lo started way before music. We salute you, G. Rest easy, you'll be missed. Hashtag RIP Shawty Lo. Hashtag true Atlanta legend."
Okay.
Shawty Lo, man.
My brother.
When he passed, how the hell did that impact you?
Right there. It's impact me to this day. I be getting mad, cussing that out. Now, like, why you trying? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like,
struggle when I was coming up, I probably wouldn't be the guy who I am today. You know what I'm saying? It made me be a leader, made me be a boss. I took a lot of losses, but I gained a lot of knowledge.
Rest in peace to my partner, Shawty Lo, man. We're gonna definitely miss you. He's one of my closest partners, man. One of my real life brothers. Love you, we miss you. Cool walk. Shawty Lo, man, rest in peace.
Yeah, from DJ Scream, man, and Hood Rich, man, long live the king of Bankhead. Long live Shawty Lo, man. Rest in peace, Shawty Lo, my partner, my family, man. Condolences to your family and friends and loved ones, man. You will be missed, man. Love you, Lo. Salute to the family, salute to Bankhead. Yep.
I want to take this time to say TIP, Shawty Lo, thug in peace, bro. You always been a good friend to me. You always helped me out. Even when we was on tour, way back 9, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we was on tour together. We always rock with each other. You always kept it real with me, so Bankhead, the whole streets, the whole world, they lost a real one. You know, most of all, I want to tell his kids that, you know, I'm sorry for y'all loss, and I want to let y'all know y'all always can count on me, you know, like, I want to let all your kids know, man, like, if
If y'all ever need something, I'll try my best to make it happen, man. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna step up and try my best to make it happen, you know, for y'all, for your kids, bro. So just watch over everybody, man. And I just wanna let you know, man, you're gonna be Miss Dilly throughout, not just the A, throughout the world. So TIP Shawty Lo, man. Your name will never die, bro. Boosie badass, one love, bro.
Shawty Lo wasn't just one of my favorite guys to work with, but he was one of the guys I was honored to call my friend, my brother. He was one of the most realest, most talented, most humblest guys I ever met in this music industry. Bro, I love you. I'm definitely gonna miss you. Fly high, rest in heaven. I'll see you when I get there. Long live Lo. Salute.
R.I.P. Long live Carlo Walker. R.I.P.
Right here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We got Cat Stacks in the building. She got a t-shirt, everybody out here, man. You know what's going on, man. Hey, man, I ain't really never seen no funeral or nothing like this, man. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't never seen nothing like this, man. The body right here, man. Done it all right here in the building, man. You see what's going on? One love, man. You know, R.I.P. all the way. Man, that. Shut up.
Shawty Lo last time at the Blue Flame.
Shawty Lo funeral. Rest in peace, baby.
Oh, man.
Talk about Shawty Lo though, man. Being from born homes with it, what kind of impact did he have on you?
My hood cried a river.
Exactly.
I mean, my hood still crying about that.
What goes through your mind when you go back to a time when you was a young kid out here in these streets and you saw Lo doing his thing? How did that impact you and inspire you to want to get into the game?
Like, with Lo, I really seen him put the street work down, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, I had the ambition to want to be like him in the streets.
Yeah.
Like, then, you know, he come with the music. Cause, you know, I'm like, man, I know Lo ain't no rapper for real, you feel me?
Exactly.
So, you know, I'm like, when I seen him doing, what Lo doing, man? Then I hear the music, I'm like, yeah, this gonna work. So, you know, I started just taking the toll of like, I'm gonna go this way.
So that's why I let it go. I give back every year. Anything I had to be like for the schools, to go talk to the kids, go give to the kids, the Christmas, the Thanksgiving, have all kind of events. I even have my foundation called LOLO. That means loving our little ones. So I got so much going on. You know, I'm a diabetic, and you know I do the walk every year, and you know I just had to show people, you know, it's more. Shawty Lo do more than rap, man. You know, they just see the rap side, but you know, I do a lot of stuff. I came into the life of crime, like, at first I started robbing, and then, you know, I ended up trying to sell drugs. I used to see the dope boys in the Cadillacs, you know, dealing with the girls and stuff. But as a young, I used to come out here, I'm gonna show you what I used to do. I used to walk this pole, man. I'm showing you, I don't know if I still got it, man. I got my balance on. I used to walk this pole right here. I used to walk it. Still got it, brother. Hold on. Alright. I can't get it no more. It's shaking. If it wasn't shaking, I used to walk it all the way down when I was younger though. They say I'm ghetto struck, man. I love the hood, man. I love to be where my people at. That's where I feel safe at.